Hi guys, it's Miss Stacy. So this week we have a holiday coming up, and that's Veterans Day. And on Veterans Day we honor people who served in the military. So last week when we were talking about Election Day, we talked about our flag, right? So we live in the United States, and this is what our flag looks like. It has three colors on it: red, white, and blue. And it has red and white stripes, and it has a blue square with white stars. So on Veterans Day, we think about our flag too, right? Because people who are serving in the military are serving to stand up for our country, right? And this is our country's flag. So we're going to do something else today with those colors, red, white, and blue, and make kind of our own idea of the flag. It's not going to look exactly the same, but it'll have these colors and this idea, all right? So I found lots of things in school that had red, white, and blue colors. So I have some paper, we have some streamers, we have some pipe cleaners and some feathers, and we have some sand. So if you're doing this at home, you don't have to use the same things. You could just use paper if you have paper, or you could find anything that you have in your house that's those colors. Maybe you have paint, or maybe you have crayons, or maybe you have markers, or maybe you have tissue paper. Anything that you have that's those colors you can use for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some puffy paint, and then we're going to make like a flag collage. So making puffy paint is one of our favorite things at school. So we need to mix two things: shaving cream and glue. Alright, so we're going to put some shaving cream in our bowl first. So we're going to use our hands to shake it. Hear that noise? It's going shake, 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 shake. And then when you use two hands, so one to hold the can, one hand to open it. It's kind of hard sometimes. Sometimes you gotta use two hands. At the top, can we get it? Uh-oh. There we go. All right, I'm gonna shake it again, shake, shake, shake. Now I'm gonna use my finger to push and put some shaving cream into the bowl. It's making funny noises. There we go. All right. So, can you see it? So I filled my bowl about halfway up with shaving cream. I might do a little bit more. All right. So we're done with our shaving cream. We'll put this over here. And then we're going to take our glue and put some glue in. So you're supposed to do about the same amount of glue as shaving cream, but it's hard to know how much shaving cream we have. So we're just going to pour in this a little bit of glue. There we go. I think that's good. Sometimes we add a color, and we make colored puffy paint. But today we're just going to leave it white because we have our colors here. Alright, so we're going to take our spoon. You see that? We're going to hold it in one hand, and we're going to stir it with our other hand. Puffy paint is cool because it dries soft and puffy, and it's fun to feel, but also everything sticks to it because of the glue. So you don't have to put extra glue on. Alright. So when we make our kind of flag collage, we're going to start with a part in the corner like this that's blue, okay? So I just have a regular piece of paper. You could do big paper too. And you could draw lines if you want to be exact, but we're just going to guess. So we're going to take some of this puffy paint, and we're going to put it up here in the corner, and we're going to spread it around till it kind of looks like a square, all right? So I'll move it all around there. So we got a square over here. So here's our puffy paint square. Alright, so in this square, we're going to put things that are, what color do you think? Do you remember what color this is? So we're going to put things that are blue. And we can work on ripping things or cutting things. So maybe I'm going to take some of these streamers first, and I'm going to work on ripping it. So I'm going to use my two hands, and I'm going to rip. And then I'm going to rip again until I get nice little pieces, and I'm going to drop them onto that white. So rip and put it on there. Rip and put it on. So we got lots on there. We're going to rip a little bit more. Rip, 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 rip. There we go. And now maybe we want to cut a little bit of our paper to put on. So I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut, 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 cut. And then I'm going to rip it off. We're going to cut it into little pieces, so we'll go cut, cut. Look at that. We're cutting some blue pieces. So we used our hands to mix and to rip and to cut, and now we're going to use our hands to pick it up and to put it onto that space there. So we're putting it on. So look, our square now has some streamers, and it has some paper. We can put on our feathers. We don't have to rip them or cut them. We can just stick them on. We can push our feather down, and we'll push this blue feather down. What else can we put? We have this pipe cleaner, so we'll use different scissors and we'll cut some little pieces of pipe cleaner to put on there. Cut, cut, cut. Look at that. So we have more blue things, and maybe should we cut a little bit of blue ribbon? We'll do cut. So we're just using different things because we have them, but if you're doing it at home, you use whatever you have, and it will still look super cool. All right, so look at that. This is what we have right now. Things might fall off when I pick it up. That's all right. So I'm going to fill in the rest of that blue with some sand because I think that will look cool. But first I'm going to get my trash can so I can dump the extra sand into it if we end up with too much. All right. So we're going to take our sand and we're going to shake it on there. So blue sand all around. It's going to fill in the rest of that square. Shake, shake, shake. There we go. All right. I don't think we have too much extra. Well, shake it into the trash if we have extra. All right. So we did our blue square up in the corner. I'm going to put a few little white dots on top of it so we know it's like those white stars, right? So it's just a collage. It's not going to look the same as a real flag, but we're going to have all the same kind of ideas that are on a real flag, okay? So, it doesn't want to stick there. Oh, man. There we go. All right. So we have our blue rectangle with our white dots, just like our flag. There's a blue rectangle or square with some white stars. So the next part is there's red and white stripes. Okay? So we're just going to make one red stripe and one white stripe. Okay? So we're going to put some more puffy paint here. Get this whole space. And should we make a choice? Which color we should do next? Are we going to do white next? Or are we going to do red next? What do you think? I think we'll do white next. You think that's a good choice? So we're going to do just what we did before. We're going to use our hands to rip and to cut. So I'm going to rip this into little pieces and put them on. The nice part is our puffy paint's already white, so if a little bit of it shows through, it's okay. So we're going to rip all this, rip, 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 we'll put all that on. There we go. And then I have a few white feathers, so maybe we'll put our white feathers on next. I'll put one white feather here and one white feather here. What should we do next? We have some foam. Should we use a little bit of this foam? Then we'll have to use our scissors. We can't rip the foam, see? Not ripping, but we can cut, 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 like that. And then we can cut some little pieces right over our puffy paint, and they'll stick to it. How cool is that? Look at that. Whoa. Alright, it's looking pretty cool. What do you think? I don't know if I can hold it up. We'll find out. Let's see if stuff falls off if I hold it up. I'm going to push it all down there first. Everything looks good. Alright. So we have lots of white things on there. Maybe our last thing, we'll just put a few pieces of our white pipe cleaner. Ready? So we're going to cut. One hand to hold, one hand to cut. We're going to cut some pieces of white pipe cleaner and put them on. There we go. Alright. So, do you remember what color we didn't do yet? So we already did blue, and we did white. So what color are we missing? We're missing red. So we have lots of red things to put on here, but remember what we have to do first, or it won't stick. We gotta put on some of our puffy paint. See, we still have some left. We're going to scoop it out. You could use your fingers if you really wanted to, but I like to use the spoon, or you could use a paintbrush. There's lots of things you could do. All right. So we have just enough puffy paint. We're going to get it all over there. Get it all around. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did with our blue and with our white. We're going to rip and we're going to cut. So we've been doing our streamer first, so we'll do that first again. We'll rip some little pieces, and then we'll put them all around. Sometimes it's fun if you have trouble ripping it. Somebody else can help you rip it or cut it. But what you can do is you can put some in your hand, and then somebody can help you turn your hand over and drop them on there. Or you can go like this. You can put them on your hand, and you can go, and you can blow them on there. Some of them went in the wrong part, but that's all right. There we go. You can make them fall out of your hand, so we got lots of red pieces on there. All right. Let's see. What else should we put? I have some red ribbon. You see this? So we're going to cut some pieces of red ribbon, and we'll put them on there. So we have all different things. They feel different. This is going to be really cool once it's dry. It's hard right now because there's all the puffy paint. But when this is dry, the puffy paint will be soft and puffy, and then you'll feel that and all these different textures of things that we just put on there. So you'll feel the foam, and you'll feel the pipe cleaners, and you'll feel the ribbon. Everything feels different, and the feathers, of course, right? We can't forget the feathers. We do have 2 red feathers. So here's one red feather. I'm going to put this one over here. And here's another red feather. We'll put it here. All right, let's pick one more red thing to do. Should we do some red paper? Should we rip it? Because ripping is fun. Ready? So 2 hands, rip. I'm going to rip this part. I'm going to rip little pieces and put them on there. All kinds of red. There's a little bit different colors of red. Good stuff. All right. So guess what we're going to do? Like we did with the blue. We're going to put some red sand around it to make it look even cooler. Uh-oh. The red sand doesn't have a cover. Do we think this is going to make a big mess? This could be an interesting video if I get sand everywhere. Let's see. All right, we're going to shake, shake, shake all around. This is a lot of red sand. We don't want it to get in the white because there's no sand on there. So we're going to be really careful. And then we're going to shake it out this way. All right. I think I did pretty good. So we're going to close this. And we're going to be really careful and pick it up somehow and shake it over the trash so that extra sand can come off. Oh, it's looking good, guys. Ready? It's the big reveal. So, what do you think about that? That's our flag collage. So we have our 3 colors, red, white, and blue. And our red and white are in the 2 stripes. And the blue is in its little square in the corner. So it doesn't look exactly like a flag, right? Uh-oh, it's hard to hold with just one hand. So remember what this one looks like. And then you can see what this one looks like. So they don't look exactly the same, but it has the same colors and the same idea. And we practice doing lots of different things with our hands, right? We practice holding things, holding the bowl and mixing. We practice cutting with open and closed scissors. And we practice cutting with these scissors that we hit. And we practice ripping where we use our 2 hands, right? So we did all kinds of fun stuff, and now we have our little flag collage. So I hope that you have fun if you try it, and I hope that you have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.